So, the question of the day is, who is Coach John? Why should I subscribe to this channel? Why should I possibly hire him as a coach, or maybe even just as a mentor in my triathlon journey? Stay right here if you want to find out. Now, if this is your first time to my channel, drop down below, hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, and get ready for some more really great information. Oh, hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Coach John Slocum, and I own a company called JSCoachingsystems.com. I post here on YouTube, and I coach and mentor triathletes, runners, and cyclists, both online and local. My story begins back on April 1st, 1962. Yeah, so I'm on April 1st, baby. So, I've heard every joke, so let's move on. I was born in a small town in Connecticut, and I was raised playing every single bat and ball sport you could ever imagine. Me and my brother were coached by my dad and brought up in the sporting community. Me, I was average. My brother, he excelled. He went on to be a great golfer, including qualifying for the U.S. Amateur Open. But me, I was a swimmer and a biker, and went on to become a pretty good softball player, playing all the way up to the national championship caliber. After that, I was a race car driver, and then I became a triathlete. I was 239 pounds. I was way overweight. I couldn't climb a set of stairs. I knew that I was in trouble. I actually was watching The Biggest Loser, wondering how much more weight I would have to gain to get on the show. They had an episode called The Biggest Loser Triathlon, and having been a fan of Ironman on TV when I was younger, I was really interested in that, and they said they were doing an Olympic distance. When I saw Ironman 140.6 miles, I was like, no way, never going to happen. But I'm thinking, what's this Olympic distance? I contacted a friend. I knew that she was doing triathlon racing, and she explained to me all the different races. Well, she also explained to me that there was a super sprint race for beginners 3 months away, and I could probably be able to train for that. Well, I hadn't run in years. I didn't like running. I hadn't biked in years, didn't own a bike, but I was a swimmer my whole life, though I hadn't swam in years. Well, I borrowed my brother-in-law's triathlon bike. I bought the cheapest junk pair of running shoes I could find, and I bought a pair of swim goggles, and off I went. Well, come time for the race, I could barely swim 400 meters. I could barely bike ride 12 miles, and I could barely run 2.2 miles. Transition? Didn't have a clue what that was. So I went online and I looked at transition, and I saw these ITU guys and how fast they can do it. And I'm like, I can do that. Never practiced it. Come race day, I jumped in the pool. I'm swimming along. I had a lap and a half to go, and I tanked out on the swim, breaststroke the rest of the way. Get out of the pool, ran over to my bike, down, throw my shoes on, transition, and passed out. 3 or 4 minutes later, I woke up. The official was there saying, I think you should stop. I sat up, shook my head off, said, no, I'm going to keep going. Jumped on my bike, had my first ever 17 mile an hour average ride for 12 miles, get out on the run, and had a 65-year-old lady who could barely walk pass me on the run. But I did end up coming in 52nd out of 104 in that race. I finished the race, and I thought to myself, why did I do this? And then my next thought was, when's the next one? And from there, I've never looked back. Well, that was a couple of years ago. Since then, I've raced close to 100 triathlons that includes 10 wins, including one ITU World Cup win. I've raced several Ironman races with an 11:55 personal record, half Ironman races that I can almost not count with a 5:31 record, Olympic races, sprint races, dozens of century rides, half marathons, 10Ks, 5Ks, and one of my most memorable races was a 15K running race around Diamond Head in Honolulu, Hawaii. As per my weight, I'm down to 180 pounds, right there, and I've held that for years. The first race, remember that one where I was in 52nd place? Well, a few years later, I came back and won it overall. So that brings me to coaching. Why did I decide to get into coaching? Well, the best investment I ever made as an athlete was the day I decided to hire a coach. I learned more in a short length of time by hiring that coach. Then with the help of a mentor, I decided to go ahead and jump into coaching. I established JSCoachingsystems.com, started working with athletes. I went on to become USAT Level 1 Long and Short Course Certified, offering local and online coaching, video swim, bike, and run analysis, a new mentoring service, and now a growing YouTube library that you guys can tap into. So my philosophy for your racing is I want to be able to teach you how to get to the starting line of the race as injury-free as possible, ready to race and meet the goals that we set up at the beginning of our relationship together, and to give you the best possible experience you have with your either first race, 50th race, 100th race, or your first Ironman moving up, or whatever you're doing. I want to be able to help you get there and have a great experience. So that's me, Coach John, what I'm all about. Like what you see, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and I'm going to bring you some more great information. Leave a comment below if you're interested in finding out more about me helping you get to where you want to be through either my mentor program or one of my coaching programs. Go to jscoachingsystems.com. You will find all of the pricing information there. So I hope that was some really great information, helped you decide if you wanted to subscribe to my channel, maybe hire me for a coach or as a mentor. If you do, go down below, throw me a hi in the comments because I really want to hear from you. Check out these videos right here and get ready for some more great information. Coach John, boom, I'm out.